Yo, my name is Zosh.
Yo, it's Young Static.
What's cracking, guys? This is Christian from Honda Vlogs.
Yo, vatos locos. This is Lazymangarage. And you know who you're watching?
You're watching Lazymangarage.
You're watching Lazymangarage.
And you're watching Lazy Man's Garage.
Lazymangarage.
Today, we're pulling this motor. Hopefully. It is an all-wheel drive 99 or 2000 CRV V20. We're gonna pull this bad boy out, clean up the engine bay too, and then this thing has been sitting here and there's a bunch of spiders and bugs. As you can see, there is an egg, and I ain't trying to get bit, and neither is he. So we're gonna degrease this and spray it all down, and then work our way from there, and then start taking things apart. All right, cleaned it up. Looks a lot better. Some of the paint came off, but look at that trans, dude. Look at the way it cleaned that trans. And we found a massive black widow too. Jesus, massive. This is your first motor swap on an all-wheel drive, right?
Yeah.
Same here. Oh, the brakes still have some meat on them. A little bit. Not too much. The rotors are still good. Just rusted. You want to know how difficult this fucking bolt is? How difficult it is. Man. Look at how long this is. 36. Fucking stupid. Jesus, and now we're gonna try to break it loose with that. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So since I've already done are you referring to me? Why?
So since Ryan is gone, I decided to start on the wiring harness. I'm here with Joe, Measy Works.
What up?
And Louise, Shaggy Doo Doo. And started to work on the wiring harness. So far I got this side almost all disconnected. Still need to get under the intake manifold, so I'm gonna crawl in there and start disconnecting like the knock sensor and stuff like that. Don't know if these cars have one, but just to make sure. And then I'm gonna get the hoses off and all that shit, because we still didn't get that axle nut on that side broke loose, because it actually broke a tool instead. Don't know if I showed you guys, but tried to break the tool loose, well, the axle loose, and it broke the tool. So Harbor Freight, thank Christ it has lifetime warranty. Otherwise I would have had to hear it from him. So I would have heard, "You broke my goddamn tool!" So I ran into a little dilemma. Thank God for Louise, because he helped me out. I held this while he broke loose this bolt. Never in my life have I ever struggled with that bolt. Never, ever, ever, ever in my life have I struggled with this bolt. And it's a 17mm bolt to undo the fuel line, which goes from here to there. And now my fat ass hands are struggling to get back here to disconnect the what is this? I think it's the idle air. I think that's what it's called. I know the idle air is under the intake manifold, but whatever this thing is, I'm trying to disconnect, but I don't have the finger strength to do so, because the way that the clip is, it's not on this side, it's on this side, so I have to press it like this and pull down, but I can't get my hand in there to do so. Anyways, so disconnected this IAT sensor. I think that's what it is right there, and I'm currently trying to dangle my hands in here to undo the alternator harness, which is being a little stubborn bastard. Alright, disconnected the green plug that goes to the alternator from under here. Trying to see what else goes to the wiring harness. This right here, this plug right here does too. I gotta get that, but I can't do it with one hand, so that's the O2 sensor. And then that plug right there is, this plug right here is that little resistor box, little clip together thing, since I think this is OBD2. And then there's one way up there, right? Come on, where are you? There's a plug right underneath that thing, right under that hose, which is right there. There is a plug back there that I cannot reach for the fucking life of me, but I'm gonna get it. Oh no. No. Now I know how young static feels. Oh, I forgot this thing was right, all-wheel drive, man. I don't have those fucking sockets, and those things look like they've been on there for fucking generations. I'm already having a struggle getting these off, which is a 14. Just being a little bowl. Man, kudos to young static for dealing with those right there. Jesus. Thank Christ for Joe. I literally went live right now and I was like, hey, I can't break loose that axle nut. So Rico shows up, Joe shows up, Raphael shows up, and they all bring their fucking impacts. Literally, they're like, I'm on my way. And they come through, and this thing has broke 3 tools today. So it broke this doohickey, it broke this one right here. This was recent. And it broke this one. Watch, try to spin it.
Doesn't click. Fucking, and it gets stuck both ways.
Yeah, so that fucking axle nut broke 3 tools today. So, and then it came off with this the wall impact. I really need to invest in impact. So those 3 tools, graveyard. Okay, so Rico's trying to get this axle out. We had to remove this brake line in order for him to have enough room.
This is fucking annoying. Alright.
Went to bed late. Again. And it's, oh, I left a tool out. Damn it. So, got both axles out today, well, yesterday. And today I'm going to finish doing the hoses and the wiring. And any little doohickey that we need to undo. I'm going to undo the drive shaft on this because when Ryan gets here, we're pulling the motor. Damn, I am just forgetful today. Look, I left the tool under there. I left my sponge out, the hose out. Well, I always leave my hose out, you know what I'm saying? God damn it. Honey, I'm home. Alright, Ryan. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean out this interior. Because it smells like dog, like you said. Oh, you got a Broadway mirror? Yeah, I'm going to slap that bad boy on there. Got a lot of dog hair. Got some Brocs. You got a yoga mat back here. Yeah. So, and then I'll spray it with some, not Febreze. What's this stuff called? Stuff that makes stuff smell good. What is that stuff called? Air freshener. I haven't recorded this part, but Ryan's here. He brought the motor. It's sitting shotgun with him in the car. Got the wiring harness all done, disconnected from everything from the firewall because we're bringing it all together. My dumbass was disconnecting it, thinking that we were going to leave it there, but he wants to give the whole the engine bay a whole pressure wash. So he's pulling in the his car right now, and we're going to take out the motor, give it a scrub, and then give it a rub-a-dub-dub. You did it all by yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. I loaded it off the truck, picked it up, carried it down.
Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm taking off the headers, the intake manifold, and the distributor because he's going to replace the headers with the new gasket, intake manifold with the new gasket. So he wants to do all new gaskets on this car and on this motor. So that is what we're going to be doing as far as performance wise. That's it. But cosmetically, all we're gonna do is repaint the valve cover, and that's pretty much it. He doesn't want to do anything else. Oh no, is that oiled? that looks like a head gasket leak. Oh no, I hope that's not what that is. Dark as fuck. Light, light, dark, dark. So for some reason these two are burning fucking, like this is burning rich. I think that's what it's called. These two aren't. So before we get this thing situated, we're gonna connect the transmission to it, and I'm gonna tell him I want to do a compression test on this before we even throw this in the car to make sure that the head is good. Make sure everything else is good. Oh, yeah. So far I got a whole bunch of all the wires, because all these wires were already cut from JDM California. Shout out to JDM California. That's where Louise's girlfriend works, aka Amelia Hartford. Got the intake manifold off, heater shield, distributors off, and now I gotta get the belts off the alternator because he's gonna put on new alternator belts. I gotta get this gasket off because he's gonna put a new gasket because this thing is hard as fuck, even to break loose. See? So, yeah. Shout out to Mr. Fall. His Instagram will be linked in my bio down below. Sent me a, you know, it's weird. He sent me a an pt1 GSR VTEC harness for a DA for my friend, and Young Static just sent me one too. So, but the one that Young Static sent me, I guess wasn't VTEC, because we looked at it and we couldn't find the VTEC on it. I don't know if they came VTEC or not, but this one has the charge harness that Alex needed, but both are very appreciated. Both will be getting put to use because he wants to make his harness a little bit better and cleaner, and now he has two harnesses. There's no way he can mess up. So this is the pt1 part right here because it has this little doohickey. I call this a resistor box, even though this is not a resistor box. I don't know what that's called. And here is the I think this is the knock sensor or something. This is a plug. This is a plug. This is for alternator. This is for thermostat. This is the injectors. This is the idle air control. I mean idle air temp. And then this is where we get into the nooks and crannies. This is pt1 distributor. This is oil pressure. This is no wait. Confused. This is something. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't really know anything about DAs, but thank you again, Mr. Fall, and thank you again, Young Static. If you guys aren't subscribed to Young Static, please make sure you guys do. Tell him Lazymangarage sent you. And Mr. Fall, give him a follow on Instagram. His link will be in the description down below. It's been a few days, and I guess this video is going to be a series because I'm working on Ryan's time schedule, and not that it's a bad thing, but you know, he has work, kids, you know, normal stuff. So I'm going to be doing a series out of this. I'm going to be uploading the video tonight so you guys have something to watch, and that's pretty much it for this video. Just also wanted to tell you guys that right now, if you guys head over to SB Machine Shop, you guys can order a Lazymangarage and SB Machine Shop collab t-shirt, which has SuperTech valves on it and BZ Moto, and these are all companies that SB Machine Shop works with, like Nippon Racing and King's Bearings. So if you guys want to order it, they're $20 shipped. His Instagram will be down below. Make sure you click on it and go pre-order a shirt because it helps me out, and you guys will look fancy wearing the shirts because they're made by our build, who made Vasily's t-shirts, and those shirts were comfy. But my name is Chris from Lazymangarage, and I'm lazy, so you don't have to be.